Alright, here we go. Only 2 days left before we hit the road with our 2019 Rockwood Geo Pro 19 FBS. We will be spending 12 weeks in this camper, and if weather permits, traveling almost around 8,000 miles. It's the first time we've ever done anything like this. We've taken the camper out a few times just to test it. We love to bite off more than we can chew, that's for sure. So, as you've seen in my preceding videos, we've been getting everything ready to go, and as a last minute, I know I should have done this sooner, I'm testing everything once again before we go on the trip to make sure hot water heater's working and furnace is working, and we already know the air conditioner's working, and all those kind of good things. At the moment, I'm filling up the water tank. We've got 37 gallons total, so I put in 3/4 of a cup of bleach, and we are going to sanitize this tank for 12 hours and let it sit. Now normally they recommend pulling the trailer around a little bit to kind of slosh things around. That's not an option right at this moment, but we're going to go ahead and run through the sanitize process. Excuse the bed, we got a new mattress and we wanted to try it out to see if it was going to work. Beans, we're going to be using it for 12 weeks. We got a deal. We purchased a used purple mattress for $400. Really good condition, only 3 months old. Okay, so the freshwater tank, we've got it up to 1/3 of a tank so far. I'm going to turn the pump on so that we can get some water in the hot water heater, and we'll turn the hot water heater on here in a second, the electric, to make sure it's working. I'm also going to check under here, make sure we don't have any leaks by the water filter, and we are looking good. So that's all good down there. Okay, so the water pump has finished filling up the hot water heater. Let's do another check to see where we're at. All right, we're almost there. So right now the tanks are just about full. The water heater is full. I'm gonna turn the water on. And we should run this until we smell bleach in the lines. Nothing yet. First time I've ever done this. Let's see what happens. I think I'd smell something by now. It is a very dilute bleach, so maybe it's just hint. There we go. Starting to smell it. Let's go ahead and turn some hot water on. Don't smell it yet, really. Oh. Yeah, there we go. I just smell it now. Took a little bit. Do the same in here. Alright, I'm going ahead and do the shower while I'm at it, but I'm just using it through the water miser, so it's not sanitizing this last part, which I think is fine. I'm just having it recirculate through here, so that should be fine. For the most part, that should be sanitized, so we should be okay. Let's go ahead and kick the furnace on, make sure that's working. Well, that sounds promising. Alright, so we have heat. I can smell the heat. I can feel the heat. Although surprisingly, it's not putting out as much heat as I thought, but it's definitely running. So that's good. Let's make sure the refrigerator's working. Let's put it on gas. Then this light would come on, the check light would come on if the gas was not working. So we're good, where we should be. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on right now, but for some reason the heater is causing the smoke alarm to turn on. So I guess I'm going to go figure out why that's happening. Everything seems okay, so I'm a little confused if maybe I missed a step. I'm not sure. In the meantime, I'm going to turn the heat off. All right, so that's good news. They said that's pretty normal. I went and took the battery out for now. They said when it's a new heater and also the dust that might have accumulated in it, that can be causing it. They said open the windows and stuff. But what I am going to do is simply turn my fan here on high. I'm going to open my window here. Alright, now we'll turn this thing on. And by the way, it was getting really, really hot. So I'm going to go ahead and let that run right now. And I'm turning some AC on while we're at it to combat the heat. So yeah, the heater definitely works. That's not an issue. I just got a cool surprise. I did not know that this window would actually go up. I did not know the blind would actually go up and down on the front of this thing. I thought it was tied down so that it wouldn't swing and it wouldn't be able to open up and down unless you did something with it. But it just goes up and down. Check it out. So I thought these were like, I didn't understand it. It works. This is just a guide. That's all it is. So you can go up and down without any issue on this window. Been nice if the dealer would have told us about that cool feature. So now we're going to go ahead and test the hot water heater. I did notice a couple things. I've got the hot water heater on electric right now, but I noticed that when I turn, we've got a fault on the gas hot water heater. So it's raining at the moment, so I can't check that to see why, and it's also dark out. So I'm going to just test the hot electric for right now, and we'll see how that goes. And we'll come back in an hour or so and see if we have hot water. All right, so I just learned something else new. So the DSI fault light, the DSI light will come on. Kind of think of it like your check engine light when you turn on your car and the light comes on for a few seconds and then it goes off. It's kind of how this light works. So when you turn the hot water heater on, we'll turn the electric off. That light should go on and then go off. Oh, look at that. Hear it? There we go. It worked that time. All right, we have a gas heater. You can hear it. Do you hear it? Okay. But I don't want to run on the gas right now. I want to actually test the electric part, but I can hear the gas is running, so that means the gas part of the hot water heater is fine, so we'll turn that off. And I'm going to turn the electric back on, and I can hear it click when I turn the electric on. You can run both, but we just want to make sure the electric's working. And again, we know the gas is now working because we heard it. All right, it's only been like 10 minutes, and the water's already starting to get warm. So we definitely have a working hot water heater. So that's one more test passed. Now, I know we won't have power for the air conditioning off the inverter, but I do have a few things plugged into the electric outlet. So I'm going to go unplug this and we'll turn the inverter on and make sure that's all working. All right, right now it's just running off the solar and the battery pack at the moment. So, and the refrigerator, you can hear it, is trying to switch to gas. So hopefully it'll switch here soon. I would assume if it doesn't, it'll come on the check light. We'll find out soon enough. All right, so let's test the inverter. Right now this is just running off the DC socket, but Alexa's off. My camera's off. And let's see what happens when we turn the inverter on. Does it come up? Cool. Alexa's powering up. Again, keep in mind when you're running on the inverter, you don't get your microwave, you don't get your air conditioner. But all your other outlets will work, but it is only a 1,000 watt inverter, so you can't expect the world. But at least the inverter is working, so we've tested the inverter, we've tested the refrigerator on gas and electric. We've made sure that there's no leaks by the water filter system. We're letting it sanitize. We'll come back in the morning and we'll pump all this water out and replace it with fresh water. And I opened a blind. Hey, I think other than the lights and checking brakes, we have gone through and checked everything that I can think of at this point. So yeah, I will see you guys in the morning when I go to finish up this little process. Alright, so I got the tank completely drained. I ran all the water through the lines. There was, of course, at the end, there was still a smell of bleach. So I filled the tank back up. And then while there was a hose running into the tank, once it got close to full, I turned the water on and I just been letting it run out of the tank while the water's going into the tank through all the valves in the sink until the odor completely disappeared. And now that odor is gone, we'll go ahead and turn the water off. So once this is back to full, I'll turn my water off and then I'm going to turn the pump off. I haven't heard the suggestion anywhere, but I have heard that the water filters can break. Now this is a newer version of that water filter, so I don't know if it's got a breaking issue or not, but people have reported the water filters break and they come back to the camper to see water all over their camper. I'm making it a rule for myself that once I have my water heater filled and all my tank is full, I'm going to go ahead and turn the pump off, and then I am going to go ahead and open the cold water valve, just the cold water valve, to let any pressure off that filter. That's good enough. The pressure's been removed. So now the filter's no longer in high pressure, so there should be no reason for it to just burst while we're traveling down the road or anything like that. And I think that would be just, I mean, you waste a little tiny bit of water just to let some of that initial pressure out after you turn the pump off. But just do that with the cold, and I think then you shouldn't have to worry about that filter ever bursting on you if there is a crack or if it's weak or something like that. If it does burst on you, you'll be in the trailer when it happens and you can turn off your pump quickly as opposed to it happening while you're away. Alright, got our bed made, kind of. Again, that's our new purple mattress. New but used but new to us purple mattress. So a slight upgrade. I didn't weigh this mattress, but the other one was roughly 25 pounds. And this mattress, I think, according to their website, I think it said 110 if I recall correctly. We've gained an additional 85 pounds. So to put that in perspective, we've lost about 10 gallons of fresh water that we can carry in this trailer if we start loading it down with too much stuff. We're going to get everything loaded. We're going to take this to a cat weigh station, which I've never done before. We're going to figure that out and see, hopefully, how we do. The rating for the axle on this trailer is 3,500 pounds. Keep in mind, when you have a load distribution hitch, you're going to be putting some of the weight that's in your vehicle on the weight of this axle. So you got to go by what is the weight that the axle can carry, not the total weight of the camper, because you're going to be carrying some of that weight in your vehicle on the axle back here. So when we go to the weigh station, hopefully everything will work out. If not, then we'll just drain some of the water that we're carrying to offset it, and hopefully that'll work. Alright, some things I'm going to do real quick is I noticed when I was up here working there's some caulking that needs to be addressed. Let me show you. So you should regularly check this, but you'll notice right here there's a little opening in here. I don't know if you can see that. Again, as I'm driving down the road, if it was raining, water would go right in there and then run down, so I need to take care of that. Also, I'm looking at this all peeling off, and then there is also a little crack right here and this right there. So before we're going on this long trip, I figured we might take care of these real quick. I bought some Alpha Systems 1010, which is a non-sack caulk for like vertical, and I also got some 1021, which is for horizontal, and it's a self-leveling caulk. I'm not going to show you how to put all that on. There are plenty of videos, but I'm just showing this is a fairly new camper. We only had it for 4 or 5 months, of how important it is to get up here and inspect this and make sure you've got these kind of things taken care of, or it'll bite you in the butt.